and welcome to our Stretch Fusion class as we're winding down so that the summer will begin. So we're going to start in a standing position. As always, honor your body. Do what is right for you. I'm really teaching to the general population. If you have special issues, shoulder, knees, as we're all aging, we have this thing or that thing. Don't go into a move or a position just because I say so. Honor your body. So if I say bring it all the way up like this, and this is where you're going, that's where you're going. So please just do everything that is safe for yourself. So we're going to start off with a little bit of movement to get the body warmed up and prepared for exercise. We're going to start with a little bit of shoulder rolls, just bringing them up straight towards the ears and then taking them down, just nice and slow and controlled. And again, bring them all the way up and take it down. We're going to go for 2 more. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears and take them down. 1 more like this, all the way up and all the way down. So now we're going to just roll the shoulders gently. Again, don't go too far if you have issues. So just bring them up and around. Squeeze the shoulder blades on the way down if you can. Bringing them around for 2. We're going to go for 5. So here comes 3 and 4. 1 more in this direction and 5. Now reverse, taking up and bring them around and take it for 2 and 3 and 4, 1 more and 5 and take it down. So we're going to take them a little bit bigger, making arm circles. Again, your circles can be right here if that's what's good for you, or make them as big as you safely can. So we're going to take it forward all the way up and around to your range of motion. And bring them around for 2, just reaching, opening up the chest on the way down. Open it for 3 and 4, 1 more and 5. Let's reverse that, taking it around for 1 and 2 and 3. 2 more. Here's 4 and 5. So we're going to open up the hips a little bit. First off, and the ankles. We're going to take it side to side. Then we're going to do some hip circles. So hands where they're comfortable for now. We're going to take it over to the left, lifting that right heel up. And now taking it to the other side, just lifting your heels up, taking it over for 2 and other side. We're going to add arm movements in a second. Your arm's going to cross across the chest and reach out, starting out with the right hand reaching or all the way to the left. So on this next one, take your right hand and just press it to the left and then take it to the right and again to the left. Slight twisting of the body and nothing too drastic at this point. We're just warming everything up. And in a little bit, we're going to, if you can, reach the hand up towards the ceiling. So on this next one, reach it up towards the ceiling and side. And just keep going, pressing it away. And the next round, we're going to reach it back across the chest again. So take it over and other side. And just keep reaching. We're going to do 1 more in each direction. So 1 more to the left, 1 more to the right, and taking it back to the center. We're going to open up our hip a little bit. So you may want to just hold on to something. Now in this position, I'm kind of resting my weight just on my right big toe. And I'm just going to open my hip out to the right. So bring that leg out to the right leg to the right, and then back to the center. Taking it to the right and center. Taking it for 3 and center and 4 and center. 1 more and 5 and center. The same leg, we're just going to bring it up and around. Imagine you have a little pencil coming out of your knee and you're just going to make little circles around. We're just opening up our hips. So just taking it around for 1 and 2, 3. If 5's too many, do less. And 4, common sense. And 5, let's reverse that and around for 1 and 2. Here's 3 and 4 and 5. But let's switch it to the other foot. So you're lightly putting your big toe down on your mat or on the floor. And now you're just opening the knee out to the side and bring it back. And 2 and 3. And if the hip circles are too much, 4, you can continue doing this, and 5. Now we're going to circle around, bringing it up and around. And if that's too much, continue doing what we just did, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Now reverse it around for 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, good job with that. I like to layer a lot of my movements, meaning I start out with an easy movement, and then I add on to that. And if what I add on is ever too much for you, you can always take it back to that first movement that we did. So just keep that in mind if something is a little bit too much. So we're going to continue to warm up our ankles a little bit by doing, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, I'm just going to be lifting the heels up, bending the knees like I'm on a stepper. So we're just going to lift up and then switch. So I'm kind of shifting my hip side to side, taking it for 3, and for side, and 4, and 1 more each side. Here's 5, and the other one, and bringing that leg down. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of coordination movement. So our coordination challenges our brain as well as keeping our body moving. So I'm just going to hug my imaginary tree, and if this position is too much for you, you can always lower your arms down. That's okay. You're gonna bring the right leg out to the side. So we're gonna be slightly lifting the right leg and opening out the left arm. If for some reason the balance is an issue, you can always stay at your chair and have one hand on the chair and doing it that way too. So again, safety always comes first. So it's the right leg coming out to the right with the left arm, bringing it out for 1, taking it down, and 2. Good. Trying to control any movement. 3. Keeping that body nice and straight. And 4. 4 more. Here's 5. And 6. Little bit stretching and balance at the same time. Here's 7. 1 more. And 8. So now the same leg, the same arm, that knee is going to come up and the arm is going to come down. So here we go. Taking it for 1. And bring it down. And 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, good, challenging our balance here. Here's 7, and 8. All right, so we're going to take that all to the other side. I am going to put that all together, alternating, but we're going to do that when we're seated, just so it's a little bit safer. So you're going to take now that right arm and the left leg. So we're doing opposite of how we started, out to the sides. So bring that leg up, the arm out for 1, bringing it back in. And 2, but trying to keep your body from rocking side to side. 3, as best you can. And 4, taking it for 5. And 6. Here's 7. And 8. Good, so now that left leg comes forward. Dropping the right arm, lifting the knee. Here we go, taking it for 1. And 2. 3. And 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. Last one. And 8. And good job with that. So we also, you may have noticed that your calf and ankles we're starting to maybe develop a little bit of a burn from standing on it because you are challenging those muscles that are keeping you upright while you're somewhat balancing yourself. So now we're going to take it right into a balance exercise, which does work our core and still keeps the body moving. We are going to, and you can place your hands anywhere, either near the chair. We're going to be lifting our knee to a count of 4. We're going to hold it there for a count of 6 and then lowering it down for a count of 4. So we'll keep it fairly simple. You will feel that standing leg, your left calf, working very hard to keep yourself balanced. So here we go, lifting that right knee up, bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. Good. We're going to do that again. So bring it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down. 2, 3, and 4. Let's try that one more time. Bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Right, so that same leg, right leg that we've been lifting, you're gonna put it in front of the left, heel to toe, with a slight gap so that you don't catch one foot on the other. And we're gonna do a rocking horse. I'm turning sideways so you can see. So we're slightly leaning forward or rocking it forward, lift the back heel up. You don't have to go too far. And now just rock it back, lift the front toes up. Taking it forward, back heel up. Taking it back, front toes up. 2 more, take it forward with the back heel coming up. Take it back, front toes up. 1 more, take it forward, the back heel comes up. Take it back, the front toes up. Lower the front toes, but stay on your tightrope. And now you're gonna take it to the next level up. You're gonna actually pick up that right leg and put it behind. So we're adding a little more movement. So put it behind and bring it back. And again, take it behind and bring it back. We're gonna go for 2 more like this. Bring it behind and back. 1 more time, take it behind. Bring it back and bring your parallel to each other. Right, so we're gonna move over to the other side, starting with the knee lift, holding it for 6, lowering it down. We only do 3 sets of that and then 4 of everything else. We're not symmetrical, so one side might be a little bit better for your balance than the other, so just be aware of that. So here we go, lifting up that left knee, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. All right, do it again, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. 1 more, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. All right, that's the hardest one, so we got that one out of the way. So now take your left foot, putting it in front of the right, heel to toe. Again, slight gap between the feet. And slightly lean it forward, but lift your back heel up. Think of a rocking horse. Take it back, front toes come up. Again, take it forward, back heel up. Take it back, front toes up. 2 more times, rock it forward, the back heel comes up. Rock it back, front toes up. Last one, rock it forward, back heel comes up. Rock it back, front toes up. Lower the front toes, stay on your tightrope. And now pick up that front foot, put it behind. And bring it back in front. Taking it behind. And in front. 2 more, taking it behind. Bringing it in front. Last one, take it behind. Bring it in front. And feet are parallel. So a lot of times when you're practicing your balance, try to focus. It helps, for the most part, it helps most people to look at something that's not moving, you know, pick an object that's on the floor and just focus on that, other than seeing people's movements and things, because then it's easy to throw your balance off. But balance is so important for us to practice every day. As we age, we do lose our sense of balance. Important to keep yourself hydrated. Also, ear infections or sinus congestion can also throw your balance off, just to be aware of that. All right, so we are going to take it into some more movement with the hip joints, the knee joints, the ankles. We're going to sit down. I don't want to call it a squat, but it's like somewhere between the cross between a yoga chair and a squat, where we're going to slightly sit back and bring the arms up. We're going to do that a few times, and then I'm going to add specific breathing to it. Then we're going to add some heel lifts with the arms coming up, and then we'll be putting those 2 movements together. So you're going to slowly sit it back into your imaginary chair, bringing the arms chest height. Trying not to let those knees go forward. It's more the back side going back, and then slowly bring the hands up. Good, taking it down for 2. And bringing yourself up. You don't have to go too low. Taking it down for 3. Taking it back, the last 2. As we come down, you're going to inhale as you slowly come down. Exhale as you come up. One last time, inhale as you go down. And exhale as you come up. So we're gonna take it to our heel lifts, and as we lift the heels up, the arms are gonna come out to the side. We'll use the same pattern. We'll take it for 3, and then on the last 2, we'll inhale and exhale in a specific way. So slowly lift your heels. You don't have to go high, bringing the arms out to the sides, and then slowly lower it down. And bringing it up for 2, and take it down. Up for 3, and down. Inhale as you come up for 4. Exhale down. One more, inhale as you come up. Exhale as you come down. So I'm going to put those 2 movements together. Not going to involve any specific breathing. Just make sure you are breathing, but don't worry about a specific pattern. I don't want to have to prove I know CPR. All right, so as we come down, we're going to take it down into that squat with the arms front, and then we come back and we're going to up with the arms to the side. So here we go. Slowly just sit it back, raise the arms, bring forward, taking it to the side, lift the heels, and slowly come down. Good again. Arms go forward, kind of sit back a little bit, and lift the heels, lift the arms. Going a few more, taking it back, arms reach forward, arms now to the side and out. 2 more, taking it down. And straighten it up, taking it to the sides. 1 more, here's our last one, reaching it forward. Coming back, bringing the arms out to the side. And taking it down. All right, good job with that. We're going to take it into a little bit of stretches of the hip area, the front of the thighs. I'm going to use the back of my chair for a little bit of stability. It might help you out. But you're going to take your right leg and bring it fairly far back. Just moving that position. You should feel a little bit of a stretch here. Both legs, the front leg is a little bit soft, back leg is a little bit straighter. Without arching your back and feeling it in the lower back, see if you can press your hip forward a tiny bit. You might not even see it, but you might feel that little bit of a stretch in that area. Now, if you don't have knee issues, or you've done these before and you know you're okay dipping the knee down a little bit, lower that back knee down a tiny bit, press that hip forward, don't arch the back, and feel that stretch deep in a tiny bit. So that back leg, the back hip area is where we're feeling it. Ideally, we should be holding our stretches 30 to 60 seconds. We're not going to stay there that long, but we're just feeling that stretch. When we do come up, you're going to straighten out your legs, and then you're going to try to lower your back heel to the floor, but don't force anything. So you can slowly come up, just straightening both legs. Press that back heel down into the floor. Holding that position, feeling the stretch in the calf area, right above the ankle also. And now you're going to keep your back flat. I'm going to fold my body in half at the hips. So I'm hinging at the hips, flat back. As I'm leaning forward, I'm starting to feel the stretch in that front leg, but in the back of the front leg. So every movement you do, be mindful of, what did I do? Where am I feeling it? Does it feel good? Does it not feel good? And then you're slowly going to bring yourself back up. We're going to switch the position of our leg. So you're going to bring the other leg back, stepping it pretty far back, and then slightly pushing that back hip forward to get that little bit of a stretch. Again, like on the other side, if you're okay with dipping the knee down a little bit, do it. If you know that's not good for you, then absolutely don't do it. So even with that knee dipped a little bit, I'm pushing my hip forward. I'm not leaning back, feeling it in my lower back. And then when we stand up, we're straightening out both legs, trying to lower that back heel. Now keep the upper body perfectly straight, hinge at the hips as you lean forward. As we lean forward, you're going to start to feel it in the back of your front leg. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. stepping the legs together. We're gonna do a standing version of a cat-cow. So now, some of you may need to just hold on to the back of the chair as we do our cat position and cow position. If you're used to this and you're able to, you can also take it to the seat of your chair. So do whatever way is best for you. So no matter where your position, where your hands are, the position is the same. You have a fairly flat back. Try not to lift the chin up like that, straining your neck. Keep your head in line with the body. My knees are soft. They're not really bent, but they're soft. And now in this position, I'm going to press my back up towards the sky, pushing myself away from the chair, tucking my hips, tucking the chin. My eyes are gazing towards my thighs. If anything doesn't feel good, then come out of the position. And now from here, I'm just going to slowly lift my chin a little bit, not a lot, but lift the chest, lift the tailbone with that little bit of an arch in the back, feeling a stretch in the abdominal area. So we're going to do that one more time. You're going to tuck the hips, tuck the chin, press the chair away from you, pushing your back up towards the ceiling or out towards the wall, depending on which position you're in. We have a nice curve in our back with the back pressed up towards the sky, and then taking it to a flat back. And you're just going to drop your head a little bit and slowly roll yourself back up. You can use the chair for support if you need to. We're going to do a more flowing version of that. It's not going to truly resemble a cat-cow, but we're going to slowly bring your arms out to the side, chest up. I'm going to bring my arms up and over, but if that's not good, then just bring the arms down like this. So we're just opening it up. Here's our cow, and then bringing it over into our calf. And again, just bringing it all the way up, chest proud, and taking it over with that little bit of a curve. 2 more times, all the way up. Inhale, exhale as you tuck everything. 1 more time, inhale all the way up, reach, and exhale, and tuck it all out. And good job with that. So we are going to make our way to our chair. So we did that little bit of that coordination drill while we were standing up with the arms coming out to the side and the leg coming out to the side. So changing it a little bit because you can't really do this. So what we're going to do is your leg is going to tap out to the side as the arm taps out to the side. But we are going to alternate. So we're going to start off with that right leg and the left arm, but we're going to take it right onto the other side, alternating. So here we go, taking it right leg, left arm, opening it for 1, and other side, and 2, and switch, and 3, opposite arm, opposite leg, and 4, and switch, 1 more each side, and 5, and switch. Good. So now we're going to take that same thing to the front. It's going to be the right knee up with the left arm down, tapping the leg that's not moving. And we're going to alternate. So here we go, taking it for 1, and switch, little march, and 2, and switch, and 3, other side, and 4, right, half of us have it, and other side, and 5, and switch. All right. So now the total challenge is taking it to the side, to the side, to the front, and front. So now the couple of things, and as long as you're moving, that's all that matters. A couple of things that were happening that were going a little bit awry was that as the arm was coming up, it was the same arm, same leg, which is okay, instead of the opposite arm, opposite leg, but that's fine, we were moving. So now let's give it a shot with the side. So all I'm going to say is side, side, front, front, starting with that right leg and left arm. So here we go, taking it to the side, and the side, and the front, and again to the side, and front, and front. 2 more sets to the side, and front, Last time to the side, and the front and front. All right. Brain challenge. I know it's late in the afternoon, but again, it's good to do these little bit of movement, but also brain teasing here and there. And it's my job to confuse you, so I think I did my job. That's good. All right. So from here, I'm going to take it into a move that we're still going to open up the hip. It may be a little awkward, but it is a great stretch. So what we're going to do is you're going to slide yourself over more to the right side of your chair. And then the left hand is holding on. If you can, you're just going to drop that right knee just down to the floor. If you are a little more flexible and you're able to bring that foot back a little bit more with the leg straighter, fine. Otherwise, don't force it. So now from here, we're going to just lean our shoulders towards the left, just taking it over and bringing it up. Try not to lift your body off the chair. We're going to do that one more time. And up. Now you can continue doing that. I'm going to add the arm up and over. Is that not good for you? Stick with what we just did. So I'm just bringing my arm all the way up and reaching over and bringing it down. We're going to do one more all the way up and over and bringing it down. So you should have felt a little bit of the stretch in the front of the thigh, similar to what we were doing standing up. Depending on how successful you were in getting that position. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So carefully just slide yourself over to the left side of your chair, holding on with the right hand. And if you can, drop your left knee just down to the floor. Make sure that you're secure on your chair. And then if you are a little bit more flexible and you're able to push that leg back a little bit more, otherwise stay in a safe position for yourself. And now we're just going to lean towards the right, taking it all the way over, get that nice stretch in the hip area and coming back up. One more time like this, then I'm adding an arm and bring it back up. So now take that left arm, bringing it all the way up and over, reach and take it back. One more time, reach it all the way up and over and bring it back. And you can situate yourself on your chair. Right. So we are going to take it into some chest openers. We did a little bit with reaching over, but we're going to reach down and then bring the arms back if you can, opening up the chest, and then just relax. Bringing the fingers down, reaching it back, and relax. One more like this, I'm going to add on to it. So reach it down. Take it to the back and relax. So now the next one, instead of just down and back, I'm reaching for the back of my chair and I'm going to pull myself forward. So reach it down, reach it back. You can either just stay there or hold on to the back of your chair as you're leaning forward. Make sure that you don't rock the chair forward, but we're opening up the chest, using the chair for a little bit of leverage. And bringing ourselves back up. Our muscles shorten and tighten if we don't use them and continuously stretch them. So a lot of times the muscles in the chest pull in, and then this becomes feeling normal. And then your back is over like this. And over time, you get to the point where it feels totally normal to you. And then it's almost impossible to straighten up and get your body back in its proper posture position. So these are things that we should do on a regular basis to open up the chest and keep our muscles pliable and flexible. So we want to make sure that we do that. So we're going to take it into a little bit of upper body. So starting with the head, keeping the shoulders level. You're just going to, several times, we're going to look over that right shoulder, keeping the chin perfectly level like you're on a shelf. So just look all the way over your right shoulder as far as you can without forcing it, and take it back to the center. Same side, same direction. Look all the way over the right shoulder again without twisting the shoulders, twisting the body. Bring it back to the center. One more time like that. Look all the way over the right and back to the center. Now the same thing, other side, without twisting, we'll go all the way over the left as far as you can and back to the center. Be mindful, does one side feel a little tighter than the other? And again, look over that left shoulder and back to the center. One more time, over that left shoulder and back to the center. So we're gonna put our chin over to the right again, but you're gonna stay there and you're just gonna tap the chin down and up like you're reaching for your collarbone. We're gonna do that 3 times. So look over that right shoulder. And now just drop your chin, tap towards the collarbone, then just bring the chin back up, but stay in that position. Drop the chin again, down towards the collarbone, and take it back up. One more time, drop the chin down, and bring it back up, and now take it to the center. Same thing on the other side, look all the way over that left shoulder. Drop your chin down, and bring it up. And again, take it down, and up one more time. Take it down, and up, and back to the center. So we're going to bring our arms out in the letter A. If your arms get tired, put them back on your lap or anywhere that feels good. And now you're going to lower your right ear to the right shoulder. If you can, you're going to take the left hand and put it behind the back. If that's not good for you, stay where you were. And then remove the hand that's behind the back and bring your head all the way back up. Now try to lean that left ear to the left shoulder. Try not to let the body go with it, just the head. And then if you can, take that right hand behind the back. Kind of opens up the chest a little bit, opens up the shoulder. Again, only do so if that works for you. And remove the hand from behind the back and bring the head up. So we're just I'm going to give you 2 things to do. First, you're just going to drop your chin down, looking down towards the floor. Try not to lean the body forward. You can stay here. If you want a deeper stretch and you know that you don't have any neck issues, you can bring your arms up in that 90-degree position and then just reach for the crown of the head and gently let the weight of the arms just bring the head down a tiny bit. We're not yanking, pulling, tugging on the head. We're just getting a little bit more resistance, letting gravity be helped by the weight of the arms. And then you're going to release the fingers and slowly bring your head back up. Now we're going to do a little bit of a shoulder stretch, and there's many different ways to do that. So the one that I'm going to do today, which is a little different than what we've done, if you can, you're going to take your left hand and just put it on your shoulder. And if you can, you're going to take that right hand, palm up, and just slide your elbow as if you're sliding your hand across your shoulder. Just feeling a little bit of a stretch. Don't overstretch. If it doesn't feel good, get out of the position, never force. And then you're just going to let that elbow come back to where it was. And you're going to bring that left hand palm up and help that arm come up towards the ceiling, reaching towards your shoulder if you can, either pushing from the front or up and over, or getting a stretch any way that's good for you, or just holding your arm here does give you a stretch. And then you can take it over to the side, either with the hand on the elbow or without. You're still getting a reasonable stretch there. And bring yourself all the way back up, dropping the arm down. So now if you can, you're going to take the other arm, the right hand, just placing it on the shoulder, taking the left, just sliding it across a little bit. Again, don't force it. Shoulders can be really tricky. We don't want to do anything that's not good for them. And then just slowly release it, bringing the palm out forward, letting that left hand help it up. You're going to bend at the elbow and then help that elbow up if you can, or stop where it's good for you. And again, you can just bring your arm up here and feel the stretch, or press back, up and over. Again, everybody's is at a different flexibility level, and we're just taking it over to the side and bringing ourselves all the way back up and bringing the arm down. So we're going to go into a little bit of the wrists and the underside of the forearm. So if you have wrist issues, please be mindful of what's good or not good for you. We're going to take that right hand out like you're saying stop. And then the left fingers are gently pulling the right fingers back. Just go to the point that feels good for you. Now, if you're even more flexible and you want a deeper stretch, you can flip the right palm up and bring the fingers down, getting that stretch in the underside of the forearm, a little bit deeper than the other position. Again, stick with what's good for you. And then you're going to release that hand. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So let that left hand come out like you're saying stop. Gently pull back the fingers to the point where it feels good. And if you want even more, then flip the palm up, bring the fingers down, feeling that stretch, the underside of the forearm. And releasing that hand. So we're going to interlace our fingers right in front of us. And now you're just going to flip your palms away from you. Now, if reaching out is a problem, you can reach down. We're stretching out the fingers. So just reach in any direction that works for you. You can feel those fingers stretching a little bit. Palm, the hands, everything stretching. And releasing the hands. So we're just going to do light fist. We're going to rotate outwards 5 times and inwards, trying just to get that the wrists moving, not the whole arms, just the hands. So rotate around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we're going to move down to a little bit of a combination of upper and lower, and then move down to the lower body. So for starters, I'm just bringing my elbows in close to the sides. There's going to be 3 different hand movements. You can either reach your fingers towards the floor, reach them out to the side, or reach them up towards the ceiling. So I'm going to tell you when we're going to add those. But for now, we're just going to lift the hips, lift the heels. I know it's H. What's the reference? All right. Lift your heels all the way up. Feel that squeeze and take it down. Bringing them up for 2. We're going to go for 4, and then I'm going to say add your arms. Bring them up for 3. Nice stretch there. Take it down. Lift and squeeze for 4 and down. So you're going to add your hands. So when the heels come up, just reach and bring them back in anywhere you want. And again, reach and take them back in. 2 more. Reach and bring them in. Last one, and reach and bring them back in and bring the hands down. All right, so we're going to move on now to the lower body. We're going to take a nice wide stance. Again, be careful leaning forward. There's a little bit of a rounded edge on the chairs, and I don't want them to slide on you. I'm just taking it a little bit sideways myself. So bringing your legs out in a nice wide position. I'm placing my hands, and again, be mindful of hip issues that you don't want to bring your legs in a position that you're not supposed to. So I'm pressing into my inner thighs, opening up the hips. We hold a lot of tension in our hip area, so we want to relieve that tension. And then in this position, I'm just going to lean forward a little bit with a flat back. So imagine my chest coming down towards the floor. I'm not trying to touch the floor, just towards it. Opening up the hips. And now to open a little bit farther, I'm going to dip that right shoulder towards the floor. In doing that, I'm actually pushing into that right thigh a little bit more just from the position of my body. And then just taking it back to the center. And now drop that left shoulder, aiming it towards the floor, feeling the thigh and the hip area open up. And taking it back to the center and bringing myself all the way back up. So we're going to take that into a little bit of adding a side bend to that. So keeping your legs in the same position. You have the option of not using your hands and just taking it into a side bend, or bringing the arms out to the side. So we're going to all lean to the right. You can place the right forearm on that right thigh, looking up towards the ceiling, getting that side stretch. For a deeper stretch, you can also take the right hand and reach it towards the floor. If it's in front of your leg, it's harder. If it's behind the leg, it's easier. Or you can just leave it there. You don't have to move anywhere. Getting that nice stretch. Make sure you're not straining. And now if you are in this position, you can try sliding your elbow to that thigh to help you come up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to take it over to the left, bringing the left forearm on the thigh, looking up towards the sky. Staying here if you wish, or lowering the arm to whatever position is safe for you. In the front, it's harder. Behind, it's easier. And to safely come up, you can take that left forearm, place it on the thigh, and help yourself come up and bring the arms down. So we're going to take that right leg, and you're just going to extend it out straight with the heel down and the toe is up. So make sure that you don't put your right hand on that knee joint and put any pressure on that whatsoever. The knees joints are very delicate. We don't want to add more stress to them. So try to keep your upper body nice and flat. As you lean forward, be mindful of your chair. Aim your chest towards your thigh. You can reach your right hand towards the right foot, reach it past it, whatever's good for you. Those are who are more flexible and you're secure on your chair. You can even go for both hands at the foot. Again, do whatever is safe for you. And then bringing yourself back up. We're going to take that right ankle and either cross it at the left ankle or bring it on top into a figure 4 stretch. So if you can get that ankle up here without too much strain or stress, then it's preferable up there. But if you're going to strain to get there, keep it lower. You're going to take that right hand in the right inner thigh, just pushing down a little bit. And then keeping that back flat, leaning your chest towards the calf or shin bone. Just keeping that straight, feeling that stretch. You should feel that stretch in the outer glute area in this figure 4 stretch. This is a stretch that if done on the mat, you'd be on your back and you would be bringing your knees into your chest, as opposed to seated in a chair, you're bringing your chest down towards your leg. And now slowly just bring yourself back up. You're going to take your left hand in the center of the right thigh. Use that for leverage as you push against the leg to look all the way over your right shoulder, only twisting as is safe for you, especially if you have any spine issues. Make sure that you don't do anything that's not good for you. Then you're bringing your body to the center again. We're going to rotate the ankle 5 times. So just bring it around for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now reverse that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now with this leg, you're going to a couple of different ways. Slightly place your hands underneath the back of the thigh. You can either let that foot come down towards the floor, and we're going to extend out and in, or if you're more flexible and can bring that knee up towards the chest and extending that leg all the way out and in, and 2 more, bringing it up for 3, and 1 more, and 4, and bringing it in and taking it down. Right, so we're going to do some same stuff on the other leg. You're bringing that left leg out, the heel down, toe up, keeping your back flat, leaning forward, making sure you're secure on your chair, reaching your hand towards your foot, past your foot, again, whatever your flexibility level is. Those of you who may be super flexible, maybe it's both hands towards the foot. And then just carefully bring yourself back up, remembering don't put any pressure on that knee. Now you're going to cross that left ankle in either in front of the right ankle or on top of the other leg. I'm not going to say do what you did on the other side, because sometimes people have injuries on one side and not the other. So do whatever you can. You're going to take that left hand in the center of that left thigh, just push down a little bit, feel that stretch. Again, only to the point where it's mild tension. We should never feel real pain. So keeping your back flat again, you're aiming your chest towards the calf or the shin, keeping that back flat. Imagine you have an apple under your chin, so the chin isn't all the way into the neck. And then using the hands to kind of push yourself away, not using the back. And you're going to take that right hand in the center of the left thigh. Use that leg for leverage as you just push, as you twist, looking all the way over the shoulder. and taking it back to the center. We're gonna rotate that ankle 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're gonna place your hands underneath the thigh, bringing that leg wherever is comfortable for you, either down here extending or bringing it a little bit higher. So we're bringing that leg out and bringing it down, taking it for 2, and we keep going. Let's take it for 1 more, all the way out and bringing it down, bringing that leg down. All right, good job with that. So we are going to take it onto the mat. Some of the things that we're going to be doing on the mat, you are able to do in the chair. One of them, if I say bring your knee into your chest, bring that leg over and extend the arm out, all things that you can do on the chair. And if I say bring the strap under your foot, you don't really have to do that, but you can just bring your leg out. We're just opening it out to the side and then just bringing it over again, like you did with it bent. So those are some of the same things that we can do on the chair as well as on the mat for those of you who aren't coming down on the mat. So if you are coming down on the mat, have your strap or rope available. You're going to be extending your hands and feet to the opposite direction, which you can do in the chair just by reaching your hands out and taking a nice deep inhale. So I'm trying to adapt what we're doing on the mat to the chair. So bring yourself on your back, extend your hands and feet, and just imagine that somebody took hold of your hands and they're pulling you in one direction and your feet in the other direction. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And again, nice deep inhale and exhale. And then just breathe normally. So you're going to slowly bring your right knee into your chest, reaching your hands behind the back of the thigh, just like we did earlier on the chair. We're going to go for those 3 extensions that we did. So extend that leg for 1 and bend, and 2 and bend 1 more, and 3 and bend, rotating the ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3, reverse for 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to take your left hand on the outside of the right leg and bring that right leg over that left, or just cross the leg over. And extending that right arm out, you're turning your head to look towards the right hand. And taking it back to the center. Hugging that knee in 1 more time. And then releasing the leg and placing it in the same position as the other leg, whatever that might be. So now you're going to take your left knee into the chest, hands behind the thigh, same thing that you just did on the right. Go for your 3 extensions all the way up for 1. The first one's always the tightest, and taking it for 2 and release 1 more, and 3 and release. Go for your 3 rotations. That's 1, 2, 3, reverse for 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to place your right hand on the outside of the left leg and bring it over just like you did on the other side, just crossing it over if you're on the chair. Bringing the left arm out, turning your head, looking left. And taking it back to the center. And then releasing that leg down towards the mat, but keep that knee bent. So you're going to reach for your rope or strap. And again, in the chair, you don't have to. You're going to bring that strap around your foot and bring that leg up. And if you're on the chair, you can just open your leg out to the side, getting a little bit of a stretch. And you have the option to straighten out, if you're on the mat, to straighten out that left leg onto your mat or keep it bent. And then you're going to place both pieces of the strap or rope in your right hand, extending the left arm out and opening that leg out to the side,
Just, or if you're seated, you can just push into the thigh, push the leg back like we did in the earlier seating. And then bringing that right foot back up and over. Crossing the leg over like you did earlier. And bringing that foot back up. And now leave that foot up there. You're gonna slowly, if you're on the chair, just stay in that position. We're just switching the legs out. So you're taking that left leg if you're on the mat and placing it next to the right, and then just taking that right leg out and bringing that left foot up towards the ceiling. So whatever you did on the right at this point, do on the left. You have the option to, if you're on the mat, to straighten out that right leg out on the mat. You're going to put both pieces of your strap in your left hand and extend the right arm to the right and let that left leg come out to the side, or pushing into the thigh, opening up the hip area. And bringing that leg all the way back up and removing the strap. So we're going to take it on, if you're on the mat, you're going to take it onto your side if you can. If you're on the chair, remember when I had you move all the way to the right side of your chair and drop your knee down, stretching out the front of the thigh. You can do that again. Otherwise, if you're on the mat, you can just reach for the ankle, bring that leg back, or push the leg back. We're just stretching the front of the thigh into the hip area. So it's just a different way of doing it. We did it standing, we did it on the chair, now we're doing it on the mat. So those of you on the chair can just do it in the chair again. And now we're just going to switch over to the other side, the other leg. So if you're on your chair, scoot over to the other side, drop the other leg down. If you're on the mat, reach for the other ankle or just push the leg back. And then you're going to release that leg. And we're all going to come up to a standing position. So especially if you're on the mat, come up slowly. Come up in a way that is safe for you if you need the chair to reach onto. So we're all in the standing position. And we're keeping our shoulders level. We're keeping the chin level. You're going to look over that right shoulder. And now just drop your chin and roll it across your chest from right to left. And then look to the center. Now look over the left shoulder. Drop your chin, roll it across the chest, left to right. And look center. I'm bringing my hands out to the sides. As we inhale, the hands are going to come up overhead and then come down chest height. If up overhead's a problem, you can bring them right to chest height. So inhale, bringing them up. Palms touch. Exhale as you come into the center of your chest, and then breathe normally. You're going to rotate your fingertips towards me, keeping those elbows nice and high, the forearms fairly straight. And then come up and over towards yourself. It's a little more awkward. Don't force it. And one more time, up and over towards me. Up and over towards yourself. Now keep the forearms at the height they're at. Just aim your fingers up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers. And flip your palms towards me. Reach them out or reach them down. Again, we're just stretching out the hands a little bit. And then ease up. Rotate the palms back so they're facing you. We're going to take it into a little bit of a twist to the right, keeping the hips fairly straight, legs fairly straight, just twisting over to the right. And taking it all the way over to the left. Taking it back to the center. And bringing the arms down. I'm going to bring my heels a little closer together. I have my feet are kind of, I guess you can call them duck feet, but it's a Pilates stance. My hands are facing forward. So as we inhale, we're going to be lifting the heels, lifting the hands, and you're going to lift the eyes. You're not going to lift the head up, but just the eyes, we're going to look up. So we're also stretching out our eye muscles.
So nice deep inhale, lift the heels, lift the hands, lift the eyes. You don't have to go all the way up, just go as high as is safe for you. Exhale, lower the hands, lower the heels, the eyes look down to the floor without moving the head. One more time, inhale, everything comes up. And exhale, and everything comes down. All right, I can't stress enough how important keeping your body flexible, keeping hydrated is. We really need to do this on a regular basis. So stretch all summer long. We'll see you again next week as well. Hopefully most of you can make it. And then if I don't see you next time, have a wonderful summer. We'll see you back when we see you.